This is my land and this is my village in northern India. As the day begins, a new way of life has started for me and my troubled people. My name is Muti. My mother begins her day bathing in the village pond. After washing himself, father cleans his loincloth or dhoti. In our village, we do things the way our people have been doing them since ancient times. A quick dip and we will be ready to go to school. Rubbing mustard oil is an old custom. It seals our skin so that we will not catch cold. Sister sari, like father's dhoti, is a simple piece of clothing. The twigs of the sacred cottonwood are nice and soft. After chewing for a while on one, I use it for brushing my teeth. Through father's fields, we hurry to our school over a mile away. The government provides a basic education for all. Nowadays, children of different social castes go to the same schools. Teacher says that this is a great change in our village. We are studying in Hindi, which is spoken by nearly half the people of India. We learn about the many changes happening in our country. After school, we sometimes talk about the future. My older brother wants to live in the city and work in a factory. Every year, new factories are being built. Teacher tells us that there is not enough land for all of us in our crowded country. Homes and new jobs must be found for many people in the cities. But when I'm grown up, I want to be a rice farmer like my father. In school we learned that someday we will have new tools instead of homemade wooden ones. I love our soil. To be working in the fields all day with our animals is to be free. Our cows are sacred to us because they are the most useful things we have. A cup costs only a fraction of an anna, so we can throw them away for the sake of cleanliness. Each year after the rainy season, the government places fish in some ponds to keep the water clean. We Hindus do not eat meat, but some of us are beginning to eat fish. When our Muslim neighbors eat beef, it makes us angry. Our main food is rice. Mother boils it over an open stove, but most of the heat escapes. We need a new stove, like the one we saw in a picture at school. It used to be that a person would become an outcast if he changed from the job of his forefathers. We are farmers, but we now also make pottery. The clay comes from the hills, and from the pond comes water. When the fields are resting, Father molds tiles for roofs. He told me that this is a great change in his life. Father is the best farmer and the best potter in the whole village. I want to be like him someday. The wheel came from an old American Jeep. Father likes the way a new tool makes an old craft easier. He tries to teach me to make pottery. But he says that I'm in too much of a hurry and not careful enough. The government sends experts to help improve our tools. The engineers want to help Father make a new stove. They say, start with what you know, build on what you have. The stove is like a thermos jug. Ashes between the two walls keep the heat inside. The door and the vents will control the fire. It takes 2 weeks to mold enough tiles for a huge baking kiln. The coal is very expensive, and we cannot afford it for our cooking stove. The tile must bake in the kiln for 3 days. Because of heavy rains, we need strong roofs. The village gods are with us. A buyer comes right away. Father bargains well. He asks for 1 rupee, about 25 cents, for 200 tiles. Now we will go to the market and buy sweets for the Maharaja Sahib's birthday celebration tomorrow. In the market there is barley, sugarcane, sesame seeds, and mustard oil. Father and Mother exchanged 3 cupfuls of rice for 1 pound each of onions, tomatoes, and chili peppers. We are in a holiday mood as we walk past the Maharaja's palace. He used to own the land where we have lived and worked for generations. Now the government is making it possible for us to own our own land. Maharaja Sahib is of the warrior caste. Some of his servants were untouchables, the lowest in social standing. We are Sudras, the farmer caste. Caste originated thousands of years ago to keep each person on his special job. Early in the morning, the celebration starts. This year, the Maharaja's birthday and the Spring Festival of Happiness come together. We throw mixed sandalwood powder and vegetable dyes for fun and to remind us of the colorful springtime. Every passing day, caste becomes less important. Now we play with the higher caste boys of the next village. Before I was born, the government took away the Maharaja's power. Father says that we honor him for all time's sake. 1 elephant is only a shadow of Sahib's former wealth and glory. From marble palaces, the people return to the world of work. We often think of the changes taking place in this old land. When I'm my father's age, we will have paid for our fields in full. Sometimes I wonder what other changes there will be. What will the new India be like? What new jobs will there be? What new tools will we have? How will our government help? How much of the old will remain? What must we learn from other peoples, and what can they learn from us?